Greetings and complications, dear friends. Welcome to another video on our channel. You are on GMT-3, the channel that makes complications simple. Here you get all the information and news. Whether you have a huge wrist or a very small one, there will always be a watch for you. I said that because in today's video you'll check out a field style watch which is simply perfect for those of you with a small wrist. Then we get into that famous dilemma, right? Whether it's called a wrist or a forearm. There's no real consensus about that, but if you have a small wrist or forearm, in today's video you'll get to know a military style watch that's perfect for you. Finally, in Brazil we have access to marathon watches. Yes, my dear friends, with great joy we now have access to these watches, and throughout the video I'll show you two versions. The entry-level versions of the marathon. And I'm going to talk a little bit with you about Tempo House, which is an American store that comes into existence starting with this video. I know the people at Tempo House, it's an amazing company. They're just starting out slowly, but they have a really cool story and a lot of potential to grow. And of course, we promote these people who work the right way, who do a good job, and of course give us access to good watches. So today it's Tempo House Marathon. You're going to see two military versions, actually two fields. Marathon and field watch are words that go hand in hand, right? Marathon was born with this premise. Marathon is a company that was founded in 1939 already with the name Marathon. And they started producing military watches, and as early as 1941 they began supplying watches to the Canadian Air Force. From then on, they established themselves as one of the leading names in military watchmaking, especially in the United States. And also in Canada, and in today's video, we're going to check out two entry-level versions. As I mentioned, the GPM and the GP Quartz. GP stands for general purpose, meaning watches for general use, the famous Geta, go anywhere, do anything, but we have the M and the Q for mechanical and quartz. In today's video, we're going to check out these two little beauties. So my brother, if you have a small wrist, stay tuned to these scenes because this watch is perfect for you. As I already said, I've already introduced you a bit to Marathon, and the folks at Tempo House sent me two versions of the GPM. When they started working with Marathon, they asked me, Leandro, which watch would be cool for the Brazilian crowd to get to know Marathon? I said, look, it's cool for us to start with the entry-level watches so people can get to know the brand's DNA and also give an option for those who have a small wrist. Every day I get a lot of people asking me, Leandro, hey, is this watch size good? Isn't it too big? I have a small wrist. My wrist is 16, 17, 18 centimeters. So it ends up limiting the use of bigger watches, but in today's video, there's a 34 millimeter option. What are the advantages of having a 34 millimeter watch in the field style? This little guy here is a very discreet watch. Marathon is presenting its field watch, and you'll see scenes of both the mechanical and the quartz versions. Both are practically the same size. The only difference, of course, is the movement they use, but these are more discreet watches. They take up less space, and for more tactical use, they become ideal. That's an advantage of having equipment that's less noticeable, equipment that won't shine. It has this feature of having a high-impact fiber case. You know, it's not plastic, okay? It's a fiber developed by Marathon, and it has zero reflection. It doesn't reflect, there's no polished surface. I think what's interesting about this case is that it's pretty tall, and I'll explain why in a moment, which is also a characteristic of Marathon. And here we have this little guy that's only 34 millimeters. Lug to lug, this one measures 41 millimeters. It's 12.5 millimeters thick, and it only has a 16 millimeter strap. It's really a small watch, a watch for a small wrist. And if you take a look at the measurements, right, its lug-to-lug measurement is just 41 millimeters, smaller than the diameter of many watches out there. We already have a fairly thick watch because Marathon is known for using tritium. Here we have a brand that makes extensive use of this type of illumination. As I said in some videos, when the company chooses to use tritium, usually we have watches for more tactical use, watches for more military use, because tritium emits a very soft light, okay? I shot some scenes of these watches here with tritium, but I cranked the ISO way up so you're seeing neon shining there. But that's just so you can get an idea of the color tone of this tritium, right? You can notice that at the 12 o'clock position we have a different tone, right? A more yellowish tone, and the rest is green. But it's a soft illumination. It's a kind of lighting where the operator using the watch will be able to see the information, and no one else around needs to see a neon light shining on the soldier's wrist. These two versions have a sapphire crystal. So here you have a highly robust watch, a case made with this high resistance fiber. I think it's really cool that its military look is fixed. In other words, you can't take it off to put on a leather strap. It's always a NATO strap, really indicative of the military design of this watch. Sensational. The watch is really cool. Its design is meant for military use, okay? On the case back of the watches, we have the standards that this watch was subjected to, right? To be approved for military use, mainly by the American government. In fact, some models from Marathon have US government on the dial, indicating that it's a watch approved by the American government. And then you check the case back of these guys, which has a wide range of information about the model, including the standards by which it was certified for this military use. It's really a very cool watch. I was really happy that the folks at Tempo House sent me these watches because now we have access to them. And the interesting thing is that we have access at their price, right? We don't have the brand. It doesn't matter to sell here in Brazil. You go to the Tempo House website and buy the watch for the same price that Marathon sells it for worldwide, with the only difference, of course, being the taxes. But Tempo House, they sometimes have some promotions about this, okay? They reduce their profit margin to help you cover the taxes and receive the watch. So stay tuned, add them as a favorite, and check back from time to time because they have some really cool promotions. In fact, after this video, I believe the price of this watch here will be very competitive on the Tempo House website. You're gonna go in, you won't see tons of brands. I know these guys, they're just starting out, starting small, and they want to do steady work to grow gradually. So you won't see a lot of stuff there, but what you do see will definitely be worth it, and all the taxes are already included. By making the payment directly on the Tempo House website, you don't pay anything else. They send it through DDA, I think that's the name. They send it with the taxes already included, so you'll just receive it in the comfort of your home. It turns out the shipping is a bit expensive. I paid $100 for shipping on these Marathon here because they sent it to me by DHL. It arrived, they sent it. On Thursday, Tuesday, I was receiving the watch. I didn't need to go anywhere, issue a payment slip or anything like that. It arrived with everything paid, and I received the watch in 4 business days. Then you check it out there, and if you need anything, you can also get in touch with the Marathon team because they're definitely there to help you out really well. The watch has a complete tactical use profile. In the GPM, right, general purpose mechanical, we have here an automatic movement. We have the Seiko NH35 with its 21,600, I think I've memorized it, 21,600 vibrations per hour. It has around 40 hours of power reserve. It has RX and also manual winding. All of this in a 34mm case now. In the GPQ, we already have a Swiss movement, Honda. All Marathon watches are assembled in Switzerland. Even the quartz has Swiss made written on it, the GP. The mechanical one can't have it, right? Because the Japanese movement doesn't make up the 60% to be classified as Swiss made, but the quartz does. All the watches are assembled in the same plant in Switzerland, but it can't have that designation because of the use of the Japanese movement. I've asked the people at Tempo House to send me the Paradive, and I can't wait to show it to you all. I've already made a video, right, about AliExpress, the Paradive from Ali, and one of the brands that produces the Paradive is Marathon. I want to bring it to you. Besides other models, there's the Pilot, there's one with a chronograph, a 46mm watch, the GSR. The watches are really beautiful, all with that military vibe. Marathon now available in our country. Leandro, you talked a lot. What's the price of this watch? The price of this watch on the Tempo House website is the same price as Marathon worldwide. The price of the quartz is $450. Let me check my notes here. And the price of the automatic is $525. You will pay that plus taxes, but as I said, sometimes Tempo House lowers that amount to make it even more worthwhile for you. So you can offset the tax amount, making it a very attractive deal for you. And I believe that's happening as I'm uploading this video here. Don't forget, make sure to check it out and see the watches that Tempo House has for you. Thank you guys for Tempo House sending it to me, and I hope everything works out for all of you. Big hug, may God bless you, and I'll see you soon in our next video. Bye-bye.